Oh,
I can't remember what I was up to. Wow. Wow. Um, yeah. So I think I was messing around with the. Let's have a look. A little look. I think I was working on the card bit, but I'm still on the fence around whether the cards should be cards in data or whether they should just be Yeah. So I changed these slightly. Actually, maybe the height on that could be changed a bit. Oh, it doesn't matter too much right now. Oh, for God's sake. Yeah, it doesn't matter too much right now if there's scroll bars and things. It doesn't have to be perfect. That effect, that could be 9. Yeah, that can be 10 EM for the moment. Yeah, I've just moved them up. I've added these little bits here, so you can see what type the card is. Move the ribbony bit to the top, but we've got the notion of cards there anyway. I've added some tasks as well, some new issues. So let me let it get cracking. No, no, don't want to Google that. There we go. So let's do the new issues. But yeah, so I've added some new ones in there around highlighting the active unit, creating the notion of unit phases, ability handlers. Because at the moment, for example, when an attack happens, it just happens. Everybody's rounds just get all processed at the same time, and both they all get done. But realistically, we want to split this out so that when we go over to Unity or whatever engine, you can effectively go, well, okay, this is the movement phase, do the animations, and then flag when you're done. Here's the attack phase. Go off and do whatever attack you want. Mark it when you're done. So, yeah, that's what we need to do there. I mean, I'm happy enough with all that. That can stay as it is. I'll just commit at that. Anything else that changed? Oh yeah, I added in the locale repository the card type information. I removed the statics. It shouldn't have been a static type anyway. Update the cards, and got class card, equipment card, race card, and things, which basically just wrap inline card. But I'm still on the fence around some of this because a card for me currently is literally just a display thing. There's no actual notion of cards in the system really. Like you've got a race. It's not a card. We display it as a card to make you look like, oh, it's a race card, or oh, that's how we see the class, because it's more in line with the card system if everything looks like a card. So like if I look at in here, it looks like, oh, so this person has 2 cards. One card's their race card, one's their class card. Their equipment's a card, and then once we have cards down here, it'll all kind of look cohesive things, but they're not really cards as far as data is concerned. That's just an item. That's an item. It just knows, oh, you want to display them as cards, so it takes those bits of information and just displays them this way. I'm not sure in the long run if that's the best scenario, the best solution to this. So, but I can revisit that anyway later when I feel like it. So, for the moment then, what was on the to-do list? So, phase handlers, ability handlers need phase handlers first. Break up rounds into individual character actions. Yeah, maybe we should bite that one off first, and then once we've done that one, we can activate and we can highlight active units when we're doing stuff. So yeah, let's try this one. This one's gonna be one of the more complicated ones. Because thinking about some of it, I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to go about doing it right now. I mean, it can be done. I'm not worried that I can't do it. It's just the best way to do it. Right, anyway, let's close that down. Oh, and also within here, as mentioned before, I've used mix-ins to, rather than have like all of that constantly within each of them, I've just added a mix-in. So we can simply go, well, if it's card type 1, do that with the race, the class, the item, blah, blah, blah. So that's all dealt with now. So if we go to the round execution system. So at the moment, this is in charge of doing everything for the rounds. So it goes in here and it goes, right, okay, play around. Now at this point, I'm thinking maybe we should have an event to say, well, it'd be more of an action really, to say, unit take turn. And at that point, another system can go, oh, okay, cool, I'll take the turn for that unit. So then a lot of this stuff like run attack and things gets broken out into its own system. Because at the moment, this is just basically saying, hey, has enough time passed for a turn to take place? Well, a round to take place. But really, we shouldn't be going off elapsed times and things. It should just be a case of, it's just constantly looping, saying, has everyone taken their turn for this round? Yes, okay, next round. Has everyone taken their turn? Yes, next round. So it's just trying to do that in a nice way, I guess. Right, so let me start with a new system anyway. Unit phase. Right, so this executes the unit's turn, and this will be an I get to event system, and I'm going to need to make an event for it. And now at this point, because again, it's not really an event, it's an action. Well, not an action in C# in textual terms, but right, so I have a unit start turn and a unit end turn. Or maybe we should have a. I could also have one event, which would effectively get fired twice. No, let's keep them separate. Let's keep them separate. Then when it ends turn, then it'll basically be okay. Get the next one within the initiative order and make them take the turn. That's what I'm thinking. Right, I'm going to start adding some folders in here as well to split stuff up. So level related ones can go in there. It might take a long time. Right, then we'll have one for units. And then we'll break all these up into separate ones. Again, with some of this, I'm kind of just doing this on the fly. I mean, obviously this is live, but I haven't put too much thought into a lot of this. I just kind of go, well, I've got a rough gut feeling as to what stuff is going to look like. And then I just take it from there. The thing is, when you design stuff in this way, it's not moving mountains to change it all around if you do decide, oh, I've done something wrong. It is when you got statics and singletons all over the shop. And you're like, oh no, I've got to change something here which is going to have a knock-on effect on almost everything. But here, there's none of that. Right, so this is going to be unit start turn. Right, so within here, Oh, actually, it's going to need the unit, isn't it? We'll make it immutable. And I'll do that for all the other ones as well. And just the unit attack thing, we might bin that off. Well, actually, it's fairly useful in the view layer. I'll just keep it for now. Because that's this is one of the reasons why we can get away with view separation, because we're not explicitly saying to the view, hey, you need to do this. We don't know about the view. We just fire off these events, and then the view can just look into them. And you're thinking, well, there's a lot of events happening here. Surely it's going to get quite chatty. Well, if you think about it, when a unit takes its turn, it's not like it's going to be like every single frame. Doing it multiple times. It's just like one frame, oh, we'll start their turn. Maybe a few frames later, oh, start their movement. It's not going to be a massive amount of events. If it was like every time that a frame was processed, yeah, that would be a lot of events. But you're not going to be bogging down the system sending an event every, like, I don't know, 20 frames or something. That's fine. This is fine. So, oh, I forgot to load up my old buddy Touchball. Yeah, so that's effectively why we've got so many events, so that we can decouple from the view, and at that point we can prototype this way, and then when we decide, hey, we want to use Unity or Monogame, Godot, we can just go pop into that bit, and they can hook up the events. So right, we got those, got the unit right. Wait, back to that one needs it as well. Right, so just our turn. Where's the unit movement phase? Yeah, that's got it. No, I need to update the one absolute idiot. The constructors aren't the same. That's fine. That's what you get for copying and pasting. Thank goodness this wasn't Stack Overflow. Right, there we go. Just build. It should all build and stuff. So yeah, so it's going to fundamentally change the way that units take their turns now, because at the moment, like I say, it's effectively start the round, just run through everything in initiative order, do all their stuff, and then the only events that are getting spat out really are that an attack's happened, and that's purely so that the combat log can just update that stuff. And there's a system, I think, which takes that data and goes, oh, I'll actually process the attack that you've given me. That's going to change now, because it's going to be a case of, I'm not even sure if the round notion is going to exist anymore. But it doesn't matter. I'll keep writing what I'm thinking. It's just going down a path. I don't know what's at the end of the path. I just know roughly where it's going. Right, so yeah, unit start turn. So at this point here then, if we look at what the round executor currently does, it goes, right, okay. Get a target. So let's just basically take this stuff, because this is going to end up going in there. And again, this will get split out again. But Alex, if we look at the issues we've got, where was it? Create notion of unit phase handler. So at the moment, we're just going to be bringing it all in here, but we'll probably have an iUnit phase handler for. It'll probably be like a strategy pattern of some sort. But there'll be something to do with that. Right. Yeah, include it all, whatever. I mean, I could do that hand in hand with this. No, for the moment, let's not. Let's just keep it simple, and then when the other thing comes through, I can... Right, they're going to need the attack generator and some other stuff. You know, for now, I'll just go inject it all in. I can always remove the injectors later. Make a constructor for all them, please. Yes. Okay. Cool and good. So really, if we break this down into find a target, so well, just return that, I guess. If there aren't any targets, you're already going to be doing anything. Yeah, and we want the unit from here. So, possible target. Find target. Event data unit. Okay, and then if there isn't a possible target, because that's legitimate. Let's say that the players defeated all the enemies. That there's still technical units there, but there's no targets. Oh, it's not that, is it? It's equals null. There's no that to return. We're not actually going to do anything. Oh, actually, no, we're not anymore. We're going to fire off the other event, aren't we? So at this point here, we'll use the event system. Publish new. Ended. No. What did I call it? Unit end turn. And I can't think of a good name to come up with for these more action style events, because I don't want to call them actions. But they are not, like, we do have two distinct types of events being thrown around. One which is an indicator or a trigger to do something, and one which is just say, hey, react to it if you want. Right, so end turn if there's no target. Cool. Then from here we will want if there is a target, we will want to make process attack and stuff. So basically generate an attack. We'll bring that in its own method. No, don't want a local function, for goodness sake. Yeah, don't care. Right, so target's gonna be a unit as well. Right, so get the attack. Actually, this is gonna be carrying out the whole attack, isn't it? Run the attack. If it's default class, what's that? No, I don't need that. That's nonsense. And that's actually going to be a target from here. And data unit and possible target. Right, so attack target. Okay, cool. Unit attacked. Yeah, and then this one's fine. We can leave the run attack as this. Again, this will end up going into more the phase handlers later. Because we don't have the notion of phases. We just have taking a turn. Go off and do that. At least for now, we'll cover all of that. If I go back to... Oh, actually, end turn. We need to end the turn after they've attacked. No, event data. Right. Let's have a little slurple drink. Yes, the run attack stuff's pretty much the same. There's no point breaking that, because although there is quite a few lines there, really all it's doing is generating the attack, processing it, and getting the total actual damage, and then just doing the health reduction stuff. Yeah, that should be fine. That should be fine. And again, we've got this unit of attacked events. So in the view layer, you can actually go off and show the attack, because the attack's happened, but you don't actually show anything here because obviously there's no view layer at this point anyway. Right. So next step. I haven't got the notion of movement yet. I can come back to that. So round execution system. This no longer does that. Well, I can keep take turn there, but it doesn't do that. Don't need that. Bin. Doesn't do any of that. That can go. And here we'll just send the event over. Event system dot publish. Unit start turn. Unit. Oh yeah, but we need to wait for a So they start the turn, cool, but we need to wait for the end turn to trigger. For it to go, oh yeah, you can go through now. See, this is where in an ideal world, you could use an asynchronous thing here to go, well, you know what? Let's just start an asynchronous chain for this person, which would go through and do all the bits. So I would basically do something like unit turn, executor, away, take turn. And then that in turn would go, hey, I'm an asynchronous thing, I'm going to go off and actually take the turn. The thing is though, because it's all well and good from an execution perspective, it being asynchronous, but the view's not going to have it's not going to be able to see what's happening within here. That's why we use the events to kind of, it's still an asynchronous process, but we're kind of decoupling it and sending progress updates out to anything that cares about it. Because we'd still be sending these events, it's just the state wouldn't be governed by them internally. Now, right. So maybe then, so at the moment, every second, all rounds occur. But we don't want that. We want it to be like every second a round occurs. Well, no, not even that. There's a second gap between somebody doing their thing and the next round. Because really, we probably need the notion of a round being active here. And then once we know a round's active, we can then go, oh, okay, cool, the round's active. Stop processing until it's finished. Yeah. But then this is just going to go through and just... Right, well, first of all, right, let's... Oh no, you need to keep checking that. Because once if somebody kills somebody on their turn, this initiative order is no longer... Well, the unit order is no longer correct. You know what, we can make that, we could actually make that computed. But, should I make that computed? Assuming that there is... I'll come back to that thought. Put a pin in it. Oh. And this order is literally just going to be a getter. Yeah, intern order's fine. Units per turn? No. It's not exactly in turn order. It's doing slightly more than that, but... Oh, there we go. So that gives us the... I would have done that in the shorthand, but it wouldn't look as... Because it goes down 2 lines. So I paste that there, and currently I can just replace that with it's in turn order to list for each, whatever. I don't even need to do that. I can just do a 4 each. And I don't even need to do that, really. Yeah, for the moment, maybe we should have the notion of a round. Yeah, because there is still a round happening. So, problem is the enumerable could potentially change as you go through. You want to keep checking it. Maybe then, maybe. If we do that, I can move that then to here as a nicer one-line thing. That gets his units in turn order. Then we can, oh yeah, because you could actually augment the initiative during the match through buffs or whatever. Right. So get lawns which aren't dead. Go through, do the thing. Right. Oh, let's at this point then, right? Let's take that and use to take turns, right? And then we can just basically do. The thing is, I don't want it to be a 4 each because that assumes it's all going to happen pragmatically, and it's not. Let me just do it for now, just so that there's something there. Right. So really, at this point, we kind of want to say, go take a turn, but wait for next turn. Maybe the turns are solid for a round. Oh, it's a difficult one. Because if we had the asynchronicity on the actual turn handling, and we knew about turn handling within here, I mean, maybe it shouldn't be a system. Maybe it should just be a class. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe it should be. Because systems are just kind of like the entry points. Not everything needs to live in a system. Maybe I have to come up with a namespace for something though. I don't want to call it a service. It's just really going to be a handler. It's just a little service-esque. For the moment, let's just bung it in here. Let's go with that system. Unit turn. Let's just fix the namespaces. That's fine. Maybe it would be better to just go with the movement and the action phase thing now. Right, I'm just going to bite off. I'm going to do 2 birds with 1 stone here. Right, so phase handler is... Yes, we get the unit, that's all we care about, and we have a task to send back. No, so let's just go for movement phase now, which we're not going to implement anything there. We'll just basically simulate 100 milliseconds for them moving. And then after that we'll do the... we'll need to inject in the event system. This is one of the bigger things about doing this architecture. When I need something, I just inject it in. I don't need to worry about, oh, can I access the singleton here? And stuff like that. I just inject it in. That should be a getter. And that can just be unit moved. Unit moving event. What? What an idiot. Unit moving. Movement phase handler. Absolute troll. Right. Let me find out where the event was. I probably have a public position, hold position. And, well, the new position will be whatever's on the unit, isn't it, really? Yeah. Because the thing is as well, when well, I'm not going to handle that right now, but let's say that they're moving and they move through 3 grids. There's a possibility that one of the grids might have a trap on or something. In which case that would fire off something to happen. Which would kind of interject some of this. But for now, let's just assume that it's fine as it is. I didn't actually put that thing on the... No, that one. Yeah, so for the moment, we're not actually moving them. We're just pretending we are. What is the problem? Oh, it's the other way around. Yeah, so at some point we will actually be moving them, but for now we're bypassing that problem. Oh my goodness, sorry. I had to blow my nose there. Even though I've taken a hay fever tablet, my nose is just like... Bleh. Right, so let's just copy that again, because we want something like that for the unit action phase. Now, notice I'm not calling it an attack phase, because they might not always be attacking, they might be healing, they might be doing some other ability. They might not do anything. So we have the notion of an action phase. Right, so at the moment, yeah, don't do anything. And unit enter. Actually, no, that shouldn't. No, that shouldn't do that. Stop. 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 That, yeah, that shouldn't be doing that. That should happen at the handler level, wherever the handlers lived. There we go. So this one here now is going to be in charge of this. So this is now just going to be a unit turn handler. Don't need that anymore. I'll extract an interface from this when we're done. Let's come in and it's gonna go right, so it's gonna want a we're gonna be explicit at the moment. Potentially you could use a strategy pattern and have as many phases as you want. But for now we're just gonna have a the phase handlers. Right, actually let's move some of this stuff down. So run attack and that target, there's gonna be find target. Those are all gonna get pushed down to unit action phase. It's gonna get pushed down even more. It's gonna push down, oh for goodness sake, you know what, I'm just gonna bite the bullet here and just going full crazy. Right, what did I call them in the thing? There's no ability handler. Okay, goodness me. So within here, task. Return some. I don't know for now. Processability doesn't sound right. Executability. We don't actually have the notion of abilities at the moment. We're going to need to add them. Right, so let's make a okay, and we'll put that into its own thing. Right now, this is actually going to have all of this. Right, so it's going to need access to levels and other stuff. Okay, maybe some of this should be extension methods as well. I think that's YouTube telling me that my time's up. Yes, continue watching. So lots going a golden axe too there. Love me some golden axe. Right. I appreciate this. Seems like we're going down a massive rabbit hole here, and we're just kind of moving code around. But to be honest, that's half the fun for me anyway. Of just I know what I want to happen, and just try to find the best way of doing it. Let's go to extensions. Let's go to no, we don't have level extensions. Let's make some level extensions. Oh, do we have some up here? Do we have a level up here? Where's the level expressed further down? Oh my goodness, my mouse is running out of battery power, it's telling me. This has never happened in the history of the human race before. I'm unsure how I'm going to cope with this news. Levels here. You see, some of this stuff, this could just live in the in there, really. Maybe it should. Maybe it should. Let's move it. Yeah, it's just kind of been sat there, not knowing where to live. Yeah, you got a new home now, level. Be happy there. And now we have level extensions in here. That can become a level extension. Right. This probably get changed in the future because when we first started making this, a unit's position was the grid, whereas in the real world, it's not going to be the grid cell. It's going to be a vector 2 or whatever, which we can do a system.numerics at some point. But for the moment, let's not go too crazy. Level. Yes, level. No. No. Levels. There you go. Let me adjust the namespaces. I use that and I find that a real annoyance that the container namespace. Yes, input link. There we go. The container namespace can conflict. Anyway, right, let's go back to. No, bin that one off. Bin it. I'm half expecting the world to just, there we go. The sky is falling. Don't worry. Oh god. Let's go back to this is fine. This is fine. Attackability. Let's go to here. That here, that can become an extension method. Right, so I've renamed it a bit there, but it's effectively going to be the same sort of thing. I don't even need the unit here. I just need get a live unit. I'll do. Get all the ones where they're not dead. And should I have an optional? No, that's not an optional thing. And so how about here? Oh no. Fine tag isn't even used here at the moment. My brain is just falling apart trying to process what's going on now. Right, yes. So we are going to find a target here. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Just stop nagging. So find a target first. So we're not factoring in movement ranges, attack ranges, I think at the moment. We will do, which is why I want a handler specifically for this. So we want level. Let's inject in the level here. No, no. Oh my good god. That's gonna be an innumerable. Innumerable. Unit. Unit. Actually, no, because we don't know what faction type it is, so it's just basically not the same as us. If we don't have a target, we're just returning. No, why do I keep doing that? I think I'm in JavaScript world where I'm not. No, if it is, yeah, if it is null. Yeah, just return complete task. Otherwise, I mean, we might end up adding more events here for like targeting, so that we can highlight on the view who's targeting who. So find your possible target. I put that in a method because later on it might get a bit more complex. So right, so if that's right, yeah, cool. Then for this point, we're going to want to attack them. So find a target. Return a bool to indicate whether the ability was successful. No, maybe not for the moment. Right, so get that. Process attack. Yes, it's basically just gonna be this bit now. Actually, I'll just do attack target. There we go. Attack target. If I just do that there, I can remove that. So I don't even need the return. I'll just automatically handle that for me. Attack generator type process. That's fine. We do need them. And then from there, I want the event system as well. I'm slightly worried at this point because there's these are some of the more difficult bits to try and map out, purely because the backend's doing it and the view needs to act like it's all happening in real time, whereas really it's just kind of happened and the backend saying, hey, view update. But there is some scenarios where, well, actually, no, there shouldn't be any scenarios really where stuff could happen in the view that would affect the backend. That should never happen because the simulation's always happening in this simulation layer, the game layer. But I can't help but think there's gonna be something I've missed where I go back and it's gonna be like, oh no. Anyway, that's action phase. Yep. So within here, I go want every single. Actually, we probably need a registry or something for this. An ability types. Oh yeah, let me make an ability type. That's the only one we have at the moment. Actually, maybe there should be attack melee, attack, attack, magic. No, maybe it should just be attack, and it'll work out internally whether you're using melee or not. Right, so if we go back to the ability handlers now as well. So it also has to describe what ability type it's for. Actually, no, maybe that should be a bool. Could multiple processors do the same one? No, that's for the moment. Let's just keep it like this. It's going to be simpler this way. If you have more of an additive thing, it would make sense. But right now, we don't have an additive system. And we've already kind of decided on, while we're building one feature, let's build in two others at the same time. So we're so far down the rabbit hole now. But so for this one, it's going to be ability type. Yeah. It's just that. It doesn't even need to be that. There we go. So that basically says, hey, here's the ability that I handle. Now, for the moment, I'm just gonna new up an ability handler within. Well, injected in anyway. It's gonna need all the stuff, so it's gonna need to be injected. No, it's again. But sometimes it's better if you just don't take the shortcuts. So I'm gonna need a ability handler registry or something. Ability handler repository. Oh my goodness. Love it when a plan comes together. No, ability handler. Unit ability handler? Yes, that was about right. That's fine. That's fine. And where's the ability one within here? It's actually going to be an in-memory thingy-bobby. Yeah, let's just copy this for now. I'm a big fan of copying and pasting. It just saves me having to write it all out. Just grab that. It's going to be reliability handler. Yes. On the basic one. Because you can actually pass through stuff to these and have them pre-populate, but we're just going to do it internally just to keep things simple. Actually, no. No. I don't need to do that at all. We are going to leave that as the I'm gonna have that one there. So effectively, I'm gonna piggyback off the pre. The DI is effectively gonna resolve all this for me. What's the problem here? So many errors, but don't worry, they'll get resolved. Damn. Well, we'll give that I has data. So the data ID here is actually going to be the unit, the ability type. Goodness sake. You know, I'm just gonna shrink that. I don't even know why I've got that window open. I don't ever use it. Nonsense. There we go. So it's got an ID, which is the ability type. That allows it to be used in the repository without any problem. Cool. Right then. So now let's find it. Yeah. That's fine. I might make a new module for this just because there's so much stuff going into this module. Actually, I can do it with an ear for now. Container.bind. Right, so we go on the where's the phases? I should probably, right, yeah, I'm gonna have an interface for each one. So, I mean, it might seem like we're just inventing code for no purpose here, but the main reason behind this is that this is now a contract for a specific action phase, rather than us just having all a unit phase handlers, which might be fine. You could do it that way and have priorities on each one. It just does them in priority order. But at the moment, we want to be more explicit with which ones we use where. So, and it's just one of those things that because I already know these patterns, it's easy enough for me to kind of mentally iterate on how to do some of these bits. I appreciate if you don't know what you're doing and you're looking at this, you're like, how have you come to that decision? Why are you doing that? What, like, I'm seeing 3 steps down the road here going, I know that I'm going to want to inject that into somewhere. I don't want to bind everything to that because it's then untyped. Well, it's typed, obviously, but it's not going to be... Yeah, so there we go. So now I can inject this type in anywhere I want and get the movement handler. Unit... No. Action phase handler. Right, now at this point I'm gonna be a bit more clever and do ability ability handler. Right, so at this point I'm just for the abilities I am just going to inject them in individually. And what's going to happen there is as I add more and more abilities, when I add more and more abilities, they'll all get injected into here. And because it knows about the has ID bit, it can automatically resolve me the one I want. based off the type. So we're kind of getting the whole setup for free here. I could do this with the other ones as well. Rather than having the repository set it all up internally, I could set it up externally and pass it via the constructor. And later on, we will be moving to that approach when we load stuff from JSON and then just go, hey, just shove it into the repository for me. But for now, we're not worrying. As you can see, there are some problems that I know are going to happen, but we'll leave them down the road. And that makes you more dynamic. So if it's a JSON file, you can just add something to the JSON file, rerun it, and poof, your new content's in there. And the cool thing is that allows you to make things more moddable as well. Because, like in Unity, if it's in a scriptable object, you have to crack open Unity. You have to alter the scriptable object for the data to update. If it's an external JSON file, you don't have to worry about any of that. You could write your own editor for it. Oh, let me check the discords. Right. So I can't remember where I was before. I got that far down the rabbit hole. Right. And I mean, I might end up breaking some of this stuff up into different libraries as well. Like I might end up having BK9K game abilities and just having a project just full of ability stuff. Because there's going to be a load of stuff around like turns and abilities and things. Yeah, whatever. Right, let me just resolve all these level issues because the level's moved now and it's gonna start pooping the bed, wondering where the level is. Right, you don't do that anymore. We don't do that here. It's a unit turn handler. So this actually gonna want a public eye movement phase handler. And you see, this is where the bit we did before comes into play. And I shot. Oh yeah, that was what I wanted. Good guess. Good guess. So because it's an auto game, if this was an auto game, people actually taking turns, you probably wouldn't do it this way. Because you don't really want at this point we're saying, well, we're just gonna decide what action to take place. Like enemies, NPCs in games. Because we want everybody to do this. We're just gonna handle it on here. Oh. So await this. Unit. Cool. Await. Oh no, so we want a sync here, don't we? A sync. Sharina Plumber. Unit. End turn. There you go. That's been quite succinct now, really. There you go. And it's just so I cannot express enough how important it is to have this ability to just add new stuff in, add a constructor, job done. You just forget about it because everything's resolved in the dependency injector layer. As long as these types are bound somewhere, it doesn't matter. You're just quickly iterating. You're not having to do the manual wire up everywhere. You're not an electrician cutting wires and sticking it back together. Goodness me, no. Ugh. Right. What was next on the list? Levels. Right, so let's go back through here again. So it's going to first of all go to run execution system. This does no longer need any of that. You do not need any of this. You're no longer in charge of doing attacks. Right. And you're not really in charge of taking turns either. You'll delegate that out. At this point, public I turn. What did I call it? Right, unit turn execution system, but that's really now a unit turn handler. Yeah, that's fine. We'll extract an interface for this. So now from the dependency injection aspect, we can move this in there. Okay, so we got a turn handler. And again, we just, when there's too much code in one area, we isolate and break it out into another class. If we were testing, this would be brilliant as well, because we could test that now in isolation. We don't need to worry about the whole thing. Whoa. Shut it down. Konami are not happy about people using Castlevania music. They will come to your house and try and ask for your firstborn son in some cases. Or daughter. From Streets of Rage. Streets of Rage is an accurate depiction of what it was like to live in the early 90s. I feel it's an accurate depiction. I mean, you went near a bar, there'd be a guy there with a leather jacket, with no arm, with no sleeves. Saying, mate. Like unit turn handler. I've yet to play Streets of Rage 4 as well. I hear that's very good, but I haven't played it yet. Right, so at this point then, this is where it becomes slightly sketch, because we're going from synchronous to asynchronous territory. So we want task dot. I'm just trying to mentally reconcile, because at the moment this is like a game loop function. Every update is going poo 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 poo. But really, we don't want it to do that. We want it to just basically go after every round's taken place, after every turn's taken place, then wait and do another round. So I'll just put this in there for now. Because if I, in the synchronous land, if I now do like dot wait, that's effectively going to stall the thread while it does its stuff. I'm not sure if that's what I want, but for now it's a quick. It's a quick way to see if it works. Actually, that shouldn't happen here anymore. That should probably happen in here. Go to implementation. So unit start turn. Unit end. Actually, no, I'm not even going to bother having a thing for that there. Because before I was reusing it, I'm not now. So to do that. End turn. Start turn, end turn. Seems simple enough, right? Yeah. But what I can do here is I can push the asynchronous is, you know what I mean? I can push this upwards. So I don't have to wait there, I can just do that. There we go. But the problem is elapsed time is no longer going to be what we need to track really. It's inconsequential how much time has passed now. Because we're not going off time. We're going off whenever he's finished. I don't think I need any of that anymore. Actually, I've been it. So game speed now is going to get factored in at the other layers. So if I go back to where was a second ago? Yeah, so it's basically times configuration of game speed. We're going to the movement handlers. No, not that one. The actual handler. Well, that's going to be near instantaneous anyway. Actually, I'm still going to want to have a delay though, thinking about it. Because I want a delay between... Yeah, put that back in. Well, let's have a ball quiz around active. Right, at this point here, round is active. If the round's active, all the game speed equals 0, just we don't do anything. So at that point, the round's no longer active. And sure, so that we can probably just move this bit up. There we go. So it'll just automatically take off the round time delay and keep going around. I honestly don't know what I've changed now. I think I'm just gonna run it and see what happens. In an ideal world, it'll just keep going. In a non-ideal world, it will not. Still succeeded, even though, I mean, it's not complaining about combat system anymore, so that's progress, right? Gotta always complain about something. But I'm fully expecting it to just crap out and like total crappages everywhere. Just poo flying. Because imagine putting poo in like in one of those tree stump machines. That's what I'm expecting to happen now. One other thing I wanted to look at. So let me go to the event. I want to see if where's the attack? The attack event. This attack event. Is this still being raised somewhere? Holy shit, that's fine. That's fine. It is still being raised. That's cool. So in the attack log, we can still see what happened. Right, fingers crossed. A little window here. So far, so good. No major errors there. Anything happening? Anything? Well, I mean, to be honest, it got further than I thought it would. I thought it would have blown at the moment it tried to load this. Old Nanny Gimmers over there just sat there. Wait, just do something. Right, okay. And let me do a thought scan here. So, from a systems perspective, ground execution. That's still coming in. That's still going, hey, do we need to around? The round is not active. We go through here. Blah, 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 blah. Go into there. Round is now active. Wait. Round concluded. Think around again. And also, maybe we should have in here, go to implantation. Just in case they've died. Unit dot start dot help. Actually, let's just do less than or equal to. It should never go beneath 0, but just in case. Actually, no, we should probably do this at a higher level. If it's already dead, just continue. Because as I said before, depending on the rounds, somebody might die. But it'll basically get all the units in initiative order and stuff, where they're not dead. But then when you get to here, they might be dead. Like, died because the previous unit killed them. So you still got to factor in if they're alive or not. So nothing's in process. No attacks are happening or anything. So it's like the system isn't going into here. Let me quickly Google running a synchronous task. Oh, right, okay. Yep, so that ideally you want to wrap this with a tri-cat. Because something could go wrong there and we wouldn't be privy to it. I'm sure you can just do that. I'm sure you don't even need that. That's redundant, is it? Okay, maybe not. Right, well, let's get the task. Because I think it's once you do start adding asynchronous stuff, it is like they say in that it's like a virus that goes through. And not in a bad way, in a very good way. You want everything to be asynchronous. Because these systems aren't asynchronous. Which is, it's not a major change to change this to be an asynchronous method, but because it gets pinged every game update, it's kind of be difficult there. Because how do you handle if it's still doing something and a game update comes through? You just have to ignore it. But you're assuming that that's the right case to do. That's why in the open source layer we don't have that, because it's down to the consumer to decide if they want that convention, and they can make their own conventions anyway. Right, yeah, wait, that's fine. And at this point here, I found a task. It doesn't equal null. We'll just throw it. See what happens. No. Because this is like danger territory now. Because and this is why, I mean, ages ago, like 10 hours back in this series, I was like, yeah, at some point, we're going to hit the wall where we want synchronous behavior. But we're going to have to trigger it from a synchronous layer. I mean, really, we could handle this over to we could really have we could change the way the round processor works, whereas really it just waits and listens for all the turn things to come through. But at the same time, if units have died, it can affect things differently. Yeah, so that's still not doing anything. That's definitely dead now. Poor Gooch. He's just waiting to get battered. Right. There's no exceptions. No exceptions. Let's do a debug. And let's do the horrible 5-second delay for the debugger to attach. I can't believe that's a thing. Cannot believe that's a thing. Don't worry about it, lad. Just add 5 seconds on. Then your debugger will work. Danke. Danke, Microsoft. Oh. Should I play around already? There's no one there. Oh, you can play around. Play around. Look at that, it's like, oh, play around. I can't have that there at the moment. That's gonna be too crazy. So at this point, yes, we do want to play around. You play around for me now? No, it doesn't want to play around for me now. Oh my god. Worst of times. I mean, realistically, if unit takes turn dot. Yeah, so if there's nobody to take turns, you might as well. Well, actually, saying that's effectively what's going to happen here. It's just like a for each. There's nothing in there. I'm a bit worried that this is actually executing before the I guess that's the point of ECS, isn't it? The systems are just always chugging away. I'm unsure how to best diagnose that, because we know. Well, I know what I can do. I can go to the turn handler, because that's definitely gonna get pinged at some point, right? Yeah. So if we start debugging from here, that might give us more of an inkling as to what's happening. Because I just want to make sure that that's hit. If we know that that's hit, we know that it's actually doing the turns. The view just isn't getting the messages to update things. Yes, it's coming through. It knows it's going, yeah. Yeah, I've got enemy person 1 who's going to take a turn. Now it's got Gooch. Gooch is taking his turn. So the turns are happening. It should come back in there after a second. Interesting. Well, we know it's going through there anyway. We know it's at least hitting it once. This is why I wanted to push this rabbit hole further down the line and do it at a later point in time, but it does make sense to deal with it now. It's just going to be a major pain in the boot hole. I mean, one thing I can do at this point is I could just wrap the I can make a convention for handling it all. But no, it's still on the oh my gosh, I just thought of something amazing. Oh my goodness. Right, Round execution system. I can bin off all of this stuff here. Don't need to care about it. So if the round's active, just return. Don't care. All of this stuff go in the bin. Go in the bin. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move this to a process round. Maybe move all of this in there. Actually, I don't need that bit in there. So on here, I can just basically have at the end await, fast start delay, and this will be whatever the round time delay is. Oh my goodness, the maze balls. That means I no longer have to worry about doing the elapsed time guff. So there'll be a second between each round. Well, they'll get cut down depending on what the speed setting is. And again, this bit here no longer needs to be that can just await for that. Don't need to worry about that bit there. Yeah, that seems legit. So it's the same sort of thing here. That's not wait. Indefinitely. Not equal null. Throw the exception. I mean, well, we've still got the same problem. We've pushed it down later, and also, we can bypass that whole having to wait for the things, because this gonna keep hitting every update going, hey, can I do something? Can I do something? Whereas we don't want that. We just basically want to know when everybody's taking their turn. So yeah. Ooh, right. Actually, no. One sec. I need to go after that. Because otherwise, that's going to go, yeah, I'm going to come back through, and then it's going to keep doing it even though it's delaying for the round. So that's fine. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'm going to get a different result, but we'll see. Oh, just fight. Just fight already. You were fighting lovely before. I wonder if I write out to the console here. You can tell it's good debugging territory if you're doing console.write lines. I mean, should keep hitting that. Maybe I'm just kind of grasping at straws here because This is when it's this sort of boundary point. It is one of the worst places ever to have it. And the annoying thing is, I want to get back to just actually doing the game prototyping stuff with the cards and things. But until I get the yes, I'm well aware of that. Continue. No, go. No, this is gonna be a long day. Be a long day. There we go. Start. There's more start. Let's set off for a minute. It is doing stuff, but nothing's coming out anywhere. Yeah, we've got unit. I don't know why 3's null. Makes no sense, but yeah. So they're all there. But it's processing the turns. It's all doing what it needs to. But if I go down into the, let's go to the, this should be getting stuff as well. Yep, so that's getting stuff. Cool. We go down to the unit movement phase. This should be getting stuff. No, that's unit movement event. Actually, that file name should be renamed. Oh yeah, let's have a look. So I'll just rename the file. Let me go and rename the event and stuff as well. My concern is though, they're gonna stop fighting at some point when everybody dies. So we're getting that. You move. Wait for a second, yeah, but they're all everything's happening as it should be doing. Right, so let's rewind for a minute. Let's go to this layer here. When does this refresh? On round concluded. When does that get fired? Yes, that does get published. We went to here then. So we can see everything is running. The game's running. Again, this is another problem with the view separation. The view is just kind of like a read-only view of what the data is telling it. So state has changed, so update the state then. Okay. Let's stop there for a minute. So we know movement's happening, and we know that it's concluding the round. Let's go to... Oh, no. Oh, I think I've been a total gibbon here. Yeah. Yeah. Right, okay. Ability handle was. Oh my god. Just kill me now. Right, ability handler. Right, well, first of all, The unit needs to have the notion of an ability now. So let's go for... And this should actually be a list of it. But we're saying that they're will effectively cap their ability amounts based on their level or something. There's the unit levels up, they can have more abilities, which will give them more options in battle to fight. Actually, no, for the moment, let's just keep it simple. Let's just have one ability. We'll change that later, though. Active ability equals... Because it makes sense for like mages to have... Well, I'm imagining that there'll be like heal spells. So it'll be a case of, well, the person who can heal probably also wants an attacking spell. So if nobody needs healing, go and attack. So that's why you want multiple abilities, and you can swap them out with cards. So you might get a better card, which is a cleave, which does an AoE attack or something. Ability type dot. Come on, that's the thing, right? Ability type. What? What? Yeah, that's in game. Oh, that's in framework. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It doesn't have a notion of that at the moment. Okay, so we go to the builder then. Go to the builder. A builder of the unit. And we'll have ability type. Private in ability. No. So they've just all got attack by default. And the reason why we're keeping this maintained even though we're not using it is because later on when we randomize like monster creation, we might end up using this. Cannot believe that just hadn't put the thing. I actually used the repository I spent ages making. Right. So get armor, yeah. Yeah, within here. Ability equals ability ID. Right, okay, for a sec. Right, so I've got that bit there. That gives them the ability, so they now have an active ability. If we go all the way back over to the action phase, ability to use equals retrieve unit dot ability. Await ability to use dot execute ability on the unit. Oh my god. Ugh. Ugh. I can't even right now. Can't even. Right. Let's and then just if you wondering, why did you just slide onto the middle of the screen? I normally stream in 720p. For most of the stuff it's 720p. But for this, because not much is happening, I can stream a low bit rate at 1080p. But I haven't bothered to change the thing, so it's like every somewhere, isn't it? It just goes blup. I haven't changed the screen reses. Don't worry though. Don't worry. The effect's still the same. Right. That might be it. That might be all we need. No. It's gonna blow up. And that's gonna blow up because that hasn't been put into the constructor. Now we're good. Battle stations. It's happening. It's not going that fast. It's happening. Well, but it ended. Don't die, Gooch. Don't die. There you go. Boss he is. You're gonna come across an elf fighter, they just wreck you. Right. Anyway, that's the speed isn't being factored in as well now. And pause isn't. Pause doesn't do anything. That point needs to come back into play. Yes, let's put pause back into play because that's quite important, that. Right, so at each stage we're gonna have to check is pause active? No. If is round active or game state configuration. Okay, so just don't process rounds if that's the case. Round time delay. If the time delay should be looked up every time. But the rounds are going to take slightly longer now because they're saucing. Wait, Gooch. You're not Gooch. You're Tudge. A little sausage. Ah, saucing. Yeah. How you doing, buddy? You just missed me completely. Just shit in the bed with this. Just pure like one of the what are they? Dump grinder. Just one of these things. Just like one of them. And I just threw poo in it. It's just everywhere. All over the code. It's okay. Okay. You can do your own memes, by the way. You do a... There you go. If you do like a... Let's put a... Like, you know, have a little woo. Let's put in a minute. Anyway, yeah, pause should work again now. Let's just check that pause works. I'm not sure why it's not going fast enough, but that'll do for now. Do we put you in Tudge? You can be a little character in this. You can be like King Tudge the Third. Give you like a sausage ability. That's not any faster. Like pause. Right, it is actually pausing now at least. And that is slightly slower, but rubbish. It was a lot faster before. I'll have to factor that in because it's going through multiple levels now. Well, I tell you, for the moment, that's a good place to commit. We've actually done stuff. It seems to work. Added notion of phase handlers, sausage weapon. Well, yeah. Well, I can put you a sausage in. Don't worry. We'll handle that. And there's your phase handlers. Also added. What do I call them over here? Ability handlers. Oh, does that? Yeah. Okay, well, that one's definitely done. Yeah. How's that? There we go. Bring around this individual. Yes. Yes. That's done now. Close that. Right, we can do the highlight of enemies and stuff in a minute. Push that up. Right, let's make you touch. Let's get you in here. I am template. No. Let's make you a new little sausage. The deadly sausage. Unfortunately, until we go into the Unity layer, you're not gonna see a deadly sausage. You're just gonna see like a dude, a dude in armor or something. It's not gonna be body. It's gonna be a weapon. Generic weapon. Oh, and this one's gonna have like all the damage, like 5 damage. And you'd be a rogue, wouldn't you? Morning, Kate. We're making Tudge a little sausage. Like 5 dexterity bonus. Yeah, be a god. Just hammering everything. I wonder how far you could go with the deadly sausage. I need to get an ID as well. Deadly sausage equals 7. Actually, we'll put this up here. We'll put this like 100. So, because that's progress there. If you've got the deadly sausage already, you're kind of ahead of the curve. Where's the unit setup? Where does that happen? I did seem really bad as well. Well, not really bad, but I had a synchronous code happening in the synchronous area. And I was like, why is it not working? And it was working fully. I just hadn't put a call in. What a total idiot hole. My god. Never get. When I start job, people get me like, oh, you're that guy who called a synchronous code without having a handler at the other end. Like that's me. Sorry. Oh my god, where does it happen? It's gonna be the level setup system. That goes into here and it goes, right, get the enemies, get the player units, game state. Where does game state get set up? Oh, in the application. No. Nope. Application. Here we go. Let's get a Tudge. Join the crew. Le Grand Tudge. You know what, I'll even give you one of those one of them. It looks proper supreme there, doesn't it? Oh. You be a player. You be a rogue. A rouge. You have initiative. You can be in a 1-4. And we'll give you with weapon. Oh, the deadly sausage. There we go. Let's see what it looks like now. I need to get rid of that 5-second debug thing. I don't need that anymore. We don't do that here. Yeah, where is he? Le Grand Touch, look at him. Oh, the deadly sausage. I'll give you melee defense on the weapon. Oh, that's pointless. That's why you can't do any damage. That's easy. Yeah, 0 damage. That's you all over, Touch. I haven't got dots in there yet. I haven't got dots. I've made progress in that area though because I've got these ability handlers. That'll allow me to start doing dots. I mean, I've got the effect for a dot, but nothing processes them at the moment, so I need that to be added later. We go back to the iron thing. That's template with +3. All, actually no, it's not all melee. It'll be piercing. Piercing. Bonus amount 5. Just all that damage. Tudge is a real person I used to work with, by the way, Kate. He's a real boy. He's a real boy. Right, let's get rid of that. We don't need to debug anymore. That's my are we debugging? Flying. Right, let's go. Let's see how far we get. Actually, it's gonna be painful because the speed's no longer active. I'm gonna need to scale that in various areas. Let's see, where is he? 6 damage. Oosh! Just taking names. Just absolutely hammering their faces off. Look at that, 2. Oh, boy, look at the health go down. Oh, it's so slow. It's so slow, but it's 2s and 4s and 6s. That's sausage. I'm gonna keep that in there. Well, when we ship it, there'll be a sausage there. You'd be like Ramsay Bolton. I can't remember how to spell sausage. No, there you go. Little sausage. Oh, sausage. There we go. Oh, another little sausage. Little sausage. Right. So that's good. We got another player in there now. Was it easy? Was it just let's just add a new player. Just add a new player. Give him a sausage. Off he goes. There's no faffing around. No. Oh, I need to mess around with scriptable objects and mono behaviors and worship a deity. None of that. Quest. Well, yeah. We'll make a quest for that. We do have quests in here. But the idea is at the moment it's gonna be like cards. You'll get cards like Slay the Spire, but not. Well, there's a good track from Streets of Rage. Shame there's no webcam. You'd see me just like nodding my head along, like Mr. Wazzo or something. Right. Now I can actually highlight the people. I need in the in-game rates a bit. I need the notion of selected unit, public, active unit. I mean, I can potentially have. Actually, no, I can. Let's try and make it look a bit clever here. So, oh, actually, wait, I could do it on the unit itself. Let me see what happens if I do it on the unit itself. If I don't need it, I don't even need to worry about it here. Because now that I know which unit's taking a turn where, like if I go to touch. Right, so unit avatar, and then here I just do a radius 2.25 EM, border 4px, solid, yay. Let's go with 25500 2.5. Go. What was that bit at the end? Oh, idiot. Here. Order. That bit. Go! Why is there not a border? Why is there not a border? Go to 1 then. 1. It's not a border. Somebody's gonna hang for this. Someone is gonna hang. Oh, maybe because there's spaces. No. Yep. I'm pretty sure my syntax is right. Why would there be no border? And if in doubt, let's just say red. Red. No. Fine. Get rid of that. Border. Red. Why? Why are you gonna be like that? 1 EM. Red. Why is it not showing me a border? What's it got about? What's it got against borders? I don't know what that one is. Yeah, I'm just gonna refresh and try again. Something's gone wrong there. Unit avatar. Red. Actually, go 10 pixels. Red. Oh, God's sake. Gone? Didn't pause? Okay, let's try background color. Red. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I can change it to a red background color. Which should probably be green to indicate, yeah. Or blue? Red would be who you're targeting. Maybe blue would be who's actually doing something. 2, 5, 3. Let's go with 3. Right, so we're gonna have an is active. And then remove the active bit. But should that happen there? There we go. Yeah, because later on you don't want it to be where they've moved. Yeah, so the unit avatar can handle that. And what was the style again? Go on that one. All that lovely background there. Well, so let's just quickly go to the less file. And we will have we'll have a right, yeah, because it's gonna be on the avatar. So that dot no. What am I doing? Is active. If it's active, it's that. If it's the target, it's, for God's sake, do not do that resharp at all. Visual Studio, whichever one of you idiots is doing it. Gonna punch you. And then we'll have is moving. And that can be maybe a nice green. She is attacking. Maybe. No, we just leave it as is. Is target is attacking. That'll do for now. Let's go to the unit avatar. Unit avatar. Right, now it's going to need to listen for a few events here. Let's inject in the event thingy. Inject. Cool. We've got the event system now, so we can say, look, if it's your turn, do something. Initialize check. We don't care about asynchronicity here. So, subscribe, receive, turn. You can start turn. Subscribe, start 2, and we'll have a subs over here. Then RX returns back disposable, well, it's basically subscription handles, and we want to use them as a, oh, come on YouTube, don't take the music away. Yeah, oh yeah, I can do the new thing there, yes. So at this point it's basically saying, you know what, when you got a subscription, Just add it into here, and then when we dispose it, because we're going to need to implement dispose, dispose the ball. Yeah. Is that right? Yeah. Implement side disposable. And then sub.disposal. I'm in two minds whether this should actually be the arbiter of doing this stuff. But at the moment, it makes sense for the unit to be aware of. I'm the one taking a turn. I'm the one who's no longer taking a turn. Enter. So on here, it is. Yeah, and also for performance-wise, it's better to do this in the view layer here, because if I was to do this in the parent, every time that I need to update the state manually, it's going to try and cascade down. So that could happen quite frequently. So, what is active unit? Is target unit. So here we're basically just going to say, well, look, are you the unit that's actually taking a turn? Are you the one who's targeting something? And we'll just decide what to do there. Well, actually, no, we want a They don't have IDs, do they? Let's just go with name for now. Name locale ID equals. Actually, I can just check if they're the same unit. Okay, so only subscribe to ones where it's R. And this is a good thing about RX. You can't do this with like Unity events or the C# events, because it's a stream, so we can process whatever we want on the stream. So only subscribing to events that we care about. You know, I can even just do stuff in here. Is active. What's the problem there? Oh yeah. I mean, you might want a method for these, but at the moment, we're not that fast. And we'll want hacking. Oh, actually, that's going to become a bit more tricky. Right, yeah. If the target equals this unit, this target unit equals true. Right, now this one here I'm going to change, and it'll become apparent why in a second. Move this to a method? No. Public void, one unit turn ended. False, and that also needs to have that. If dot equals unit, I can do that. Actually, there's no harm in. Yeah, I can make it false all the time, really. It's not going to make any difference. But also here, I'm going to want to do is target unit equals false. So basically, when anybody ends their turn, he's no longer the target. Does that make sense there? Hey, it's your favorite time of the day. This is why people come here. You know, this is what's the next one? Yeah. Ooh, listen to that. Right in your ear holes. And look, it's Open Transport Tycoon. Open Transport Tycoon. Sure, I can't get any DMCAs for that. DCMA? DMCA? Whichever one. Whatever it is with the pitchforks. That seems okay, you know. I can cope with that. And at this point here, let's do a... Is that it? Nothing. Then let's have another one. Is target unit. Is target. Imagine if you targeted yourself. What would happen there? But tune in next time to find out. Right, so that does that. Let me just see if we're firing these events, because I know I made the events, but I didn't necessarily book them all in. Yes, that is starting new event. Cool. Into the action phase. Visualization, yes, that one. So add a little delay. I mean, wherever there's these delays as well, I should probably be multiplying that by the game speed. Working out what the true speed should be there. Right, I'm going to executability. So find target to attack target. So at this point here, we attack. Maybe we should fire that there. We'll await here. That's dot delay. 100 milliseconds. Please it'll kind of flash up and go, oh, something's happened. Maybe just sync task. There you go. That's the cool thing now, because we've got a sync down at this layer. Everything beneath the system is a sync now, so we can have everything just kind of do delays and stuff, and it just... Oh, it's delicious. Ooh. Right. Let me do I just need to private public. Right, so equals. It's going to be need the game configuration in here. Again, we'll add that through the constructor. Yes, done. Configuration, and we'll make a const for this, whatever it was. Oh, we need to attack, don't we? Int. I mean, should this... Yeah, for now, I'll leave this be the arbiter of an attack. Because this is an attack start to finish. You find the target, generate the attack, actually carry out the attack and kill the thing. But really, I'm not sure if this actual run attack should happen elsewhere. Maybe this should just generate the attack and pass it off. I don't know. It could be that it passes off to something else which handles it, but it's still orchestrated from here. I don't know. Ooh, I'll decide later. Right, let's copy them because they're going to want to go in the other bits. Such as the movement handler and all the other gubbins. What are you doing? Just Alt Shift L. There we go. Yeah, let's go a delay. We'll put that there. Game configuration here. I mean, this is a bit of a faff having to do this whole get scaled time and stuff, but it's so that you can actually change the just call it scaled delay, phase time. There we go, scaled delay. So there we go, that will scale that. Oh, that needs to go in through the constructor. It's worth mentioning as well at this point that, so this stream so far, we've been making a game. That's pretty obvious. But I mean, if you look at excuse me, if you look at other streams, there's a lot of Unity stuff. There's a lot of there's shapes and colors and good stuff. But realistically, I mean, that looks pretty. It's like when you look on Instagram at people's lives and they're all so colourful. The lives brilliant. I wish I was them. Most lives aren't really like that. They're just showing you the highlights. So while this may be boring to some extent, this is what game dev is. This it's not the magical. I'm in Unity and I'm making amazing particle effects. There's some of that, but the majority of it is you're just mired in code trying to work out how to hook up all the bits together. So if you look at this in the future and you're like, wow, this is really boring. Well, maybe game dev isn't going to be for you, unfortunately, because there's an awful lot of this, especially if you want your game to be maintainable and flexible and stuff. It's a descent into madness. Let's put that there, game configuration, pull that out through here. Yeah, get. Right, I think that should work now. It's happening a lot faster now. I mean, it's still going to be slower than it was before because it's not doing the highlight. Oh, that's why. That's why. I know why, and this is why they should be in their own methods. I tried to be clever and not do that. Right. So at this point, that's right. True. Thinking about that. Is target yes, true. And now all of these need a. State has changed. We might also in the parent view actually want to have access this so we can tell the pop-up bit on the right to pop up when stuff's happening. Yeah, see, it's still not... still actually doing it. Yeah, so it's... what is the thing? So true. So somebody at this point has to be... well, they have to be the... one of them has to be active, surely. Okay, none of them are active, that's very strange. Well, it's gonna be in the view layer where all this stuff happens, so... it's active, it's target. Let's have a look in the LET again. Did I open that? Yeah, so if it's the unit avatar is active. Background equals that. Background equals that. I should still see for like a, even if it's just a split second, that the colours are changing. Maybe do Control F5 because I know sometimes the CSS stuff just it caches it and nonsense. Oh, there we go, there we go, there we go. Oh, we saw that very quickly there. Poof, poof, poof. You can see who's attacking who there. There we go, there we go. We can see who's attacking what. It's all very, very fast like, but... I don't know who's... it's so quick, I don't know who's attacking who, really, if I'm honest there. Maybe I should scale the times on that a bit more. The difficulty is, though, really, we're kind of controlling the view from the back end here. Like, really, the view should just constrain how slow or whatever it is. But then you have the view kind of governing when stuff should execute in the back end, which shouldn't really happen. But anyway, let's just for now. Movement phase handler. That to a second. Actually, no, let's go for half a second. That's gonna give you more of an indication as to what's happening. 5 seconds, God, that'll take forever. Actually, to be honest, I don't think we really need one there. Maybe controversial. I don't think that's needed. Because nothing actually happens there. We're just adding an arbitrary delay after the other one. It's this bit here where we want the actual delay. Let's try that now. Yes, that's a bit better, isn't it? You can see, well, they're attacking them. Yes, you can see who's attacking who now. You ideally want something else somewhere showing like who's going and whose goes what. Well, I also need to add a card here for the abilities. You see the abilities. It's all scaled wrong as well, because at the moment I'm really zoomed out. If I go to 100%, it's just all over the place. It's just a real mess. Not that I care too much right now, but it is still a mess. Touch is level 9. What about Gooch? Gooch is level 1. Okay, it's level 1. I mean, Touch is easy using the sausages, and it'll speed things up. Everyone's decking enemy person 1 there. What's he now? 3. Other people aren't even getting a look in here. Kate's level. Gooch was surprised, still level. Level 4 Tudge. He is just taking names. And maybe the end level people should get a level bonus as well. I don't know. Level 5. It's a shame that the level doesn't actually affect anything at the moment. Maybe we should have like every level up you get a minor effect on you or something. Right, he doesn't even care. Just letting Kate take the damage. And level 6 Tudge fighting for his life. Oh no. Oh no, he's getting him. Getting that enemy person too. But he's a level 7! A level 7! Human Rouge. Wow. Wow, he's going places. He can't hold off all of them. It's impossible. Level 8. Oh, let's take a little screenshot of that. That's amaze balls. Dared to dream. They said he could be anything. He became level 8. I mean, he sacrificed everybody else to get where he was. But oh, level 6 he made it to. What a champ! What an absolute... Oh, where is it? Woo. I have a Ric Flair for that. Woo! Right. I think I want to commit at this point. Not myself, but the code. Nope, not pushing that up. Right, let's merge that into main. Push that up. No, main. Push main up. Right, so that one there, done. Close it off. Job's done. Finish with ability handlers. Done. I mean, there's still some extra stuff I could do with doing that, I think. But really, this is just create the notion of them, and I've done that. Unit phase handlers done. Let's just refresh these now. So we do have the notion of movement, but we don't actually move anywhere. I mean, that might be one thing that we can do soon. Add the movement in. I still want to do this though, because we've added the notion of a card, but not a card with an effect. And I do kind of think as well that we need to, every time that somebody levels up, we give them like a minor effect bonus. Like an extra, I don't know, an extra 0.5 defense and attack. I don't know. But ideally, yeah, we need to have the notion of like having cards in our hand and generating them. I think that's gonna be the next major thing. So I'm gonna end this here. We've been like 2.5 hours. We've done some good progress, and yeah, been good. I'll put you back on later. So if anybody wants to come back later and just listen to my monologuing basically, then that's fine. But I'll see you later. Bye bye.